Salvete omnes. So this will be a little interesting. This is probably my favorite of all of my presentations of grammar that I've ever made. This is the Adventures of Dative Dave. In the It's Learning Planner, you will find a copy of the notes. If you're unable to get a hard copy and print them out, you're welcome to open them in Google Docs, make your own copy, and just fill them in from there, or take free-form notes. Just the point here is just to learn it. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go. The Adventures of Dative Dave. This is Dative Dave. Dative Dave is a nice guy. He likes giving things to people and doing things for people. One day, the evil witch, cursing Courtney, cast a spell that kept Dative Dave from being able to give things to people or do things for people. This is cursing Courtney, and this is her sucking the life and power from Dative Dave. Dative Dave was all amiss. Not being able to give things to people or do things for people, Dative Dave was shrunk off to a hermit's hut in the frozen wilderness, where he hid for many years, lamenting the loss of his powers. Until one day, a wizard, Courteous Kurt, found Dative Dave hunting for fish in a river with his bare hands. Courteous Kurt liked fishing too. This is Courteous Kurt right here. Courteous Kurt wanted to help. I can help you regain your powers. But how? I was cursed. By learning the ancient dative case of the Latin language. If you say something in the dative case, you'll be able to give something to or do something for that person. It'll be tough, but do you think you can do it? Thumbs up. Dative Dave got to studying. Though it was tough, Dative Dave began to learn Latin. He learned about subjects and direct objects, the nominative and accusative cases of nouns, and pretty soon he was able to say simple sentences. Ego servum canat. Did you just say you're eating a slave? Ita vero. Excellent. You are ready. And when his training was complete, Courteous Kurt gave him a crumpled sheet of notebook paper with instructions for declining nouns in the dative case. Forming and composing nouns in the dative case. So here's the super secret crumpled piece of paper. If you copy anything down from this presentation, it would be the super secret sacred crumpled piece of paper. The nominative endings of nouns make them subjects. They're doing the action. The accusative endings of nouns make them direct objects. They're receiving the action. But the dative endings of nouns make them indirect objects, and that means that they are receiving the direct object. So when a noun is in the dative case, we will translate it as 2x or 4x, and we'll look at a couple of examples. So, as a review, subjects do the action, direct objects receive the action. But sometimes they're indirect objects, and they are the ones receiving the direct object. And here are the endings you'll want to copy down. You may want to pause this video while you do so. But while you do, I do just kind of want to give an example of a simple English sentence so you understand what an indirect object is. So I always like, for when we're just doing nominatives and accusatives, subjects and direct objects, I like to use the example, Billy punches Johnny. Billy's the subject. He's doing the action, punching. And Johnny is the direct object. He's receiving the punching. But what if I said, Billy chooses to keep attacking and he decides to throw Johnny? So, let's say Billy throws Johnny. Okay, well, where does he throw Johnny? Or to whom does he throw Johnny? And let's say that Billy throws Johnny to the wolves. In that sentence, the word wolves, or lupi, would be in the dative case because they're receiving the direct object, Johnny. So we'll say we threw him to the wolves. That's how that works. If you still need to copy all this down, pause this video right here, get them copied, and resume when you're ready to finish the story of Dative Dave. There's also some words like to me or to you that don't follow the first, second, or third declension, and this is what they look like. So these are just irregulars that you guys will want to follow, and you're going to start to see a lot more. We know ego for I and me for me, but if you want to say to me or for me, you'll say mihi. To means you, te means you as a direct object, tibi means to you or for you. Notice how they look somewhat similar. Mihi, tibi. And then we have the words for we and y'all that you guys are going to start to see real soon. So nos means we. Nos also means us. So we, in English, we use that when it's subject, us when we're a direct object. If you want to say he gave money to us, you'll say nobis, to us or for us. And wos can mean y'all as a subject or direct object. It's the same thing. Wobis will mean to y'all or for y'all. That's the dative case. Pause this if you need to copy these down. So, back to Dative Dave. He tries out his new powers that he's learned from Courteous Kurt in the super secret crumpled piece of paper. Ego kinamen kilaido. I give dinner to the slave girl. Ego anulam serwodo. I give a ring to the slave. You could also say this is I give the slave a ring. Ego canum hospitido. I give a dog to the guest. So these are examples of first declension, accusative, and dative. Second declension, accusative, and dative. Third declension, accusative, and dative. So like I said, also with all these, you can say I give a ring or I give dinner to the slave girl. You could also say I give the slave girl dinner. That's the other way you could translate it. I prefer saying to in front of it. It makes it simpler when we're translating to keep it straight. But if you can do it in your head, then go for it. Cursing Courtney returns. Cursing Courtney. Your giving is bringing too much happiness to the world. I must destroy you once and for all. Doesn't have to be this way, Cursing Courtney. Let me help you with this spell. Ego core tippy do. No! Love and happiness. My weaknesses. What's happening? I thought just walked out. Had no idea what I'm doing. Oh, here's Elliot. I tried to give her a heart, but it looks like I gave her a headache instead. Wah! One moment, I have a screaming child. Let me pause this. So if you're ready to practice this, obviously this is a video and you can't click the link, and I'm too lazy to put the link thing that pops up there, even though it's probably easy. So I'll put it in the comments down here, or I'll link it in It's Learning. But this is just a practice quiz to see if you get it. If you feel confident in stuff, great. Go and give this a shot. There's also several quizzes. It's weird to say. And yeah, but if you're not totally comfortable with it, that's fine. We can review a little bit more before you try this. As always, the dative practice quizzes, you can do them as many times as you want. And here's an example of words written out. In all their forms. I left out the ablative just for space. You'll note the ablative and dative plural always match each other. So in the third declension, the ablative is hospitibus, dative is hospitibus. Amicis, amicis for the second declension, statuis, statuis for the third, or first, sorry. Yeah. So that'll conclude this presentation. I hope you enjoyed the story of Dative Dave and my family joining me in the middle of it. Best of luck, and let me know if you have questions.